30 minutes, you know.
Nobody said it was stuff.
Bruce, if Larry signs on Zoom, which he said he was going to,
I'm sorry, say it.
if Larry signs on Zoom, which he said he was going to. he's got-
Oh, okay, great.
Good.
There he is.
So you're.
You wanna just check with him? Hey, Larry.
Hey, Bruce,
Hi, yeah, you're gonna be here for the whole meeting then, I guess, huh?
I can't get, what's that?
You're gonna be here for the meeting?
I can't go down there in person.
No, I mean, but you're gonna be participating remotely.
Yes, correct.
Okay, I know, stupid question, but I just wanted to confirm with you before I run out. So. I
Bruce is
can go-
gonna go, so he just wanted to make sure you were going to be here for the whole meeting, so he can leave.
Oh, I.
Thanks, Larry. Good night, everybody.
Night, have a good
Enjoy
dinner.
your dinner.
Don't forget dessert.
He's got his pants on, I've never seen.
He's doing dinner.
Oh,
Dinner.
that's what it is.
Hold on a second.
Oh,
Yes,
Welcome, everyone. Calling this meeting to order for Inland Wetlands Commission meeting of Wednesday, October 22nd, 2025. I will see regular members, Jennifer. I will see regular member Larry. I will see Christine for Jolene, and I will see myself. Consideration of the regular meeting minutes from October 8th, 2025. Did anybody have any questions at all? May I have a motion, please?
Motion to accept the regular meeting minutes of 10/8/2025. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Moving on to site inspection reports, the site inspection report from October 14th, 2025. 231 Romford Road, submitted by Christine Adams. Thank you so much. That was a great report. Thank you very much. Did anybody have any questions or comments or compliments? We also welcome those. Anything? May I have a motion, please?
Motion to approve October 14th, 2025 site inspection report for 231 Romford Road, inland wetlands 25-50. To approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Same day, October 14th, 25, 255 West Shore Road, submitted by Christopher Koppel, IW 25-52 site inspection report. Did anybody have any questions or comments or compliments?
Was lovely.
Appreciate that. May I have a motion to approve, please?
Motion to approve the site inspection report of 10/14/2025 for 255 West Shore Road, IW 2552 by Chris Koppel.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And last one for 164 West Shore Road, IW 25-53, submitted by Bruce Bennett. Did everybody have any questions or comments? We don't have to give compliments because you're not here.
I thought it was very
Oh.
well done.
May I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve October 14, 2025 site inspection report for 164 West Shore Road, inland wetlands application 25-53 by Bruce Bennett.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Tammy, do you have any subsequent business?
we don't.
Hey. We're gonna move on to pending applications. The first one for Land Tech Consulting for Washington Club at 8 Golf Course Road is tabled until the next meeting, our one meeting in November. For everybody Looking at their calendars, we only have one in November.
Got it.
And we're gonna move on to Franco of 231 Romford Road. IW 25-50 for a pond dredging.
Mhm.
Good afternoon, Dean Porcheler for the applicant, landscape architect. This is a revised activity plan. They're going to count the sidewalk notes. After the sidewalk, I noticed a few more trees.
Okay,
I noted those on the plan. I show the limit of disturbance. Around here, I show the stockpile area and the dewatering filter bag. That is in this location here. And I updated the sequence of construction. Updated the list of equipment. And all the construction details as well. So it's a new plan. But it's based on that dirt saving.
So,
One of the questions, one that came up is, can we pull water out of the Bantam River? So I did reach out to the DEP. They got back to me, so here's their response. Yes, we can, up to 50,000 gallons per day.
wow. Seems like a lot.
So that's about 2 swimming pools.
do you think they'll be taking that much out?
So just to fill the pond, because we're
Okay.
putting a liner in.
Mhm.
But that obviously keeps the water in and keeps the only loss to be full evaporation.
Mhm.
Do you know how many gallons the pond is? Approximately,
It's gonna take about 20 days to fill based on,
based on the 50,000 gallons?
but if it rains, we're gonna get runoff, so. Depending on the rain, yeah, so the runoff and,
So 1,000,000 gallons, if I'm doing the math, am I right?
I don't think it's that, I
50,000
don't
by
think
20?
there's that much.
50,000 times 20 is a million.
I'll just do the math. 15,000 square feet. Times 8 feet deep. See. 840,000.
Okay, on the construction sequence, this is a max of 55,000 gallons, but in the
That was
letter.
Brian
it's
typo.
50.
That was Brian typo. Should be 50. We're looking here. One of the questions, that we didn't get a response from, was with regards to the dry hydrants. So we've reached out to the fire department a bunch of times.
Okay,
Frank Lasky, who most likely would be the contractor from FSN. He reached out as well, so we're just waiting to hear that now. I do have a detail. For dry hydrant. But it's essentially going on the north end of the pond.
for the dewatering bag there, how does the flow goes into the river?
Yes,
Uh,
yeah, so it's,
wouldn't you want it to go back into the
well,
pond?
no, we need to empty the pond in order to put the line. So I also reached out to DEP and they said that this is the local jurisdiction if it's under 5 acre. Disturbance.
And you're still doing half and then the other half? We talked about doing, you were gonna do half of it.
Well, we
in
did,
the-
yeah, so I think we have enough room with the stockpile area.
So you'll do the
So,
whole thing at
I
once
think we
then?
can do all.
Oh, okay,
Yep.
because that's different.
Yep.
Um,
It might be based on the contractor sequence, if he feels.
do
like
you
he
have
can-
somebody yet? 'Cause-
Yeah, so we did walk this out with.
Oh, okay.
FSN.
And we talked about only handwork at
Correct.
one end,
So
is that on here
There's a
somewhere?
hatched area here,
Yeah,
which is the berm area, so that there's a note on here, no heavy equipment.
okay, yep,
And, you know, well, the contractor we spoke with, he agrees.
Mhm.
And I think his path was going to heavy equipment on these two sides and nothing on the
Okay.
barn.
And at the sidewalk, did we talk about like not having machinery on that kind of, that river side of things?
Yeah, that's what we just, you see the
Yep.
hatch, that little cross hatch on the plan.
the left green area.
Yep,
So that would be an area of no heavy equipment. So that would just be in.
And the dead hemlock and ash are being removed.
Correct,
Okay.
the stumps to remain.
Great.
Yeah, and there's,
And the brush and logs
there's
that was noted,
a tree there,
this, that you saw.
There's 6
yeah,
trees.
this stuff.
Yeah.
Gonna be removed.
6 dead trees.
so there'll be no machinery of any kind like coming around the side of the, it'll all come from the road.
Correct,
Okay,
correct.
and you'll just haul the brush out by hands with the trees you're taking down?
Yeah, the tree company will come in, cut them down and take everything out. And also on the brush pile that we noticed on the site, the homeowner doesn't know where that came from, so he will remove that.
Oh, okay,
The existing pad with, had the, expansion tank, that's to remain. That's where the equipment will go for the pump. The pump out of the river. There's existing electric there now. So we'll just utilize that. And we'll also utilize that for the 2 bubblers that we're gonna put, aerators
Yep.
that we'll put in the pond.
I guess I wouldn't mind if there were a note about specifically not allowing any. Machinery on this side, only because,
There is a note, but I can highlight it.
okay,
So that's this from here around.
but it says like within the hatch, so it just seems like you could bring it around, but just not in there. Is
Oh,
what, that, the way, that's the way I read that, is like all around it's
The
fine,
limit of disturbance to be silt fence is here,
right?
so
But yeah, so there's nothing about if I park a machine here. And just not disturb within this envelope, right?
I see what you're saying.
That's how I might read it, is no machine
This is
in this circle.
This is that slope area, I don't think anybody's gonna go on there, but
Yeah.
I'll extend that hatch. It highlighted,
Okay,
just to ensure that you.
Yeah.
But I was assuming the limit of disturbance on the silt fence is the boundary line. That don't go beyond that.
but you see what I'm saying, to me, it reads like no one can go within that circle, like within this shape.
Okay.
That's how I read it, maybe I'm wrong, but
Well, I don't, do you see the hatch area? The little cross hatch?
yeah,
That's what I'm pointing out. There's
Yep.
no heavy equipment within that hatched area, so I see what you're saying.
right, so I could drive to the left of that.
But it's
according to how I'm reading this.
beyond the silt fence, so you're not
Yeah.
gonna really go beyond the silt fence.
But to get the trees.
No,
like I
no,
could-
no. Yeah, that'll all be done by hand.
Right, but the way this is drawn is that's not clear to me,
Okay,
does that make sense?
I do. Yeah,
Like I could bring a skid steer over there, not be in the hatched area, grab all that brush. And drive out, right? Am I reading that?
No, I see what you're concerned about.
So just come from the south side,
the trees will probably be done before the siltation fence is in.
yeah, so maybe even more of a reason
Yeah,
then
right.
to notate it. And then. The dewatering area flowing directly into the Bantam River, I don't know. There's no silt fence around that, so like.
There
that
is
could
silt
be-
fence, yeah. So the bag is a silt fence, is essentially a marify fabric. So
Yeah,
the water goes in that. Collects the sediment. The
Yep.
sediment does not go out of that bag. So it has that volume of the bag, the perimeter of the bag, the water
Yep.
leaches out. We'll have gravel under the bag,
uh-huh,
so it's just essentially clean water.
it's like a large filter.
Right, large filter, and then there's a secondary silt fence
Uh-huh.
below that. So it'll just surface flow down, and it's kind of a nice level,
Mhm.
semi-level area to go back into. And it's not gonna be a large volume of water. It'll be. Us, we're not like emptying the pond, the pond's already.
No, I hear you. I mean, it's a big. How many cubic feet are you removing?
The bottom of the pond.
cubic
is
yards, sorry?
10, 740
Okay,
cubic yards. But as you saw, there's just really just a little bit of standing water. Currently,
yeah, I'm sure there's a lot, like we talked about, once you scoop it out, then
Yeah.
you're gonna see a lot of water
Yeah.
escaping, but. So 750 cubic yards, you said?
yes, based on my calculation. And it'll probably be less than that.
Yeah.
Because we want the pond not to have a level bottom, it'll probably be. A slight gradient towards where we're pumping the water out on the north side.
So I'm trying to think. I mean, you'll have to fill that area that's 10 by 15 by whatever tall, quite a bit, right? So that
Where,
the 10 by 15 dewatering bag set there?
Mhm. So we're gonna pump that to the bag, we're gonna pump the water to the bag,
Okay, got it.
so and then
Yep.
just run gravity flow down it.
Okay. Yeah, all right, I get you.
Is this the one we had, any rain events would suspend? the
That was
water?
in our
So we'll
site
have,
report, yeah.
right, so that maybe will be a condition,
No, sure, right.
if, I don't know if it's.
So we'll rain event. Um. You want to go to half inch or more? Inch, Christine, what do you think?
Probably an inch or more, right? A heavy rain.
Yeah. Larry, does that sound good? Defining a rain event as an inch or more within a 24-hour period?
yes, for this, yeah.
Okay.
How much water did they say they're taking out of the, how much water are they taking out of the Bantam to fill this? Did he say?
To 50,000 a day.
50,000 a day, and how much total?
You said 850, is that what you said?
850 is what I calculated, yeah.
So if this, I have a question, so if this work is to be done during the dry season, right? Which I think is what you stipulated in your notes,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that will affect the level of the Bantam River as well. So keep that in mind. And I don't know, I wasn't there, so I don't know what the river looks like. And where you're gonna be, how you're gonna be drawing water out of the river? Is it, I mean, are there pools below? Are there,
yeah, so the river was flowing. Pretty, I would say. Pretty strong for being kind of a semi drought, but we did have an inch of rain prior to that, but. There was a good flow of water. And there's some deep areas where we can certainly pump up. And if we can't get 50,000 gallons a day, we might just have to wait until the rain fills it up.
and so my next question is what kind of, when you're drawing water out of the river, you're gonna have to draw it out in such a way that you're protecting whatever life is in that river, whether they're trout or you have to be mindful of that. I mean, there has to be,
From my understanding, there's an existing, essentially a well pump, 1 horsepower well pump in the river. That was used previously. It's already there. So this pond is an existing pond that they had previously used the river to fill the pond. The pond
But that-
leaked. So we'll replace that pump. And there's a couple options. We could do a pump that's in the river, or we could do a pump that is on the shore. And then I also show a filter screen. That would be in the river. I know that.
Is that in this?
It's on this. So. Intake screen on the intake. And I could provide a specification for that. I have not.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing that.
It's essentially a cage.
Yeah. And then back to that dewatering bag. When that flows out, how is that? I'm just concerned about some erosion coming off of that bag, if you're pumping water into it, and then it's flowing over bare soil.
So that's turf now.
Okay,
There's turf. For quite a distance. I'm not really sure what's along the river. It's probably rocky,
Yeah.
gravelly. Shoreline.
right,
I didn't take note of that,
yeah, I don't remember it on our sidewalk either.
but that could be also a stipulation. Yeah, the contractor, you. Ensure that there's no channeling.
Is the pumping of the water, when we're ready to fill this pond, is that a second project? And do you have to get a state permit to do that from the DEP? You don't have to get a state permit for.
No, that's
any river
that's
pump?
what the email says.
Okay.
Hmm. Hmm.
A water division permit or diversion permit from deep would not be needed until you are withdrawing a total of 50,000 gallons.
But then in the next paragraph, it mentions a day,
Per day.
because I saw that too.
This email from the DEP also references the Chappaq River, and this is the Banton River.
Right, so I made a correction
Oh,
on there. So she was more concerned about the Chippewa because it is tributary to the from the reservoir to
Right.
Bridgeport.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to clarify, this is the Bantam, so it's really,
So less than 50,000 gallons, okay.
which is about the capacity of a one respondable.
In a working day.
Well, in a 24-hour period, so half a day would be less than that.
So far, for notes, we have, it's 50,000 gallons, not 55,000 gallons, it's on the plan. Had a concern about the dewatering flow. and the erosion control measures for that flow when we're pumping out all that water.
No channeling.
Yeah. Note about no work, immediately after a rain event of an inch or more within a 24-hour period. Larry, you had your concern about the pump, like a detail on that of exactly where
Yeah.
it's gonna be, exactly what the method is, whether it's on the shore or whether it's in the river itself, and then the screen to that. Okay.
Yeah, and I just wanted to, I forgot who asked the question and Dean answered it, but I'm, I, I think that the state, taking water from a river is regulated in Connecticut. Um, I'm pretty sure. I just think, have you dug into that, Dean? I mean, because I'm pretty sure that just because,
Yes.
if you may have,
I did reach out to the DEP and the answer was I could, or we could, up to 50,000 gallons a day.
okay, you did, okay, that's why I
Yes.
want the clarification on that, okay.
Yeah, so we did submit this, that email from the DEP. I hopefully digitally, but we do have hard copies.
Okay, I didn't see it. Thank you very much for that. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, that is a good concern, and valid.
Yeah, because I know that rivers, I mean, I know that they're heavily regulated, and they should be. I just wanted to make sure that that was,
Um. Put it out to the commission, just with the details that we need, both drawing and then like written. I wonder if we should just come back for the meeting in November and just have this all buttoned up now that we have like a firm list of what we need, but if folks are comfortable doing it another way, that's fine, but,
I agree.
Yeah.
just that pump detail.
And Bob has had more experience with the pumps.
Yeah, and then the erosion detail for the dewatering area, in case that ends up being more water than,
yeah,
because if you do delay work for any reason because of a rain event, the pond's gonna have more water in it.
Mhm.
yeah,
And,
yeah,
and I do think, to your point, like how the sequence of construction was excavate half because the water's gonna flow out of the other half.
Yeah.
I think that water is gonna be substantial enough to need some kind of detail on the area downhill of that dewatering area, because given its close proximity to the Bantam River.
Sure.
So yeah, I have the minor note about the 50,000 gallons, not 55. The dewatering flow into the Bantam River, the rain event note, the pump detail, the location detail, the additional detail of no machinery on what is, I guess,
The
the west
berm?
side, yeah, the
Yeah.
berm of any kind. And that's all I had. Larry, did you have anything else?
no, I'm glad that, no. One thing I would like to ask, since we are going to table this, right, till the next meeting?
Yeah.
Okay. So I was not able to, obviously, to make that site walk. I would, if possible, I'd love to go out there and see it. If that's,
Absolutely.
if that's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, yeah, you can park right on the road, probably, and, if you know where it is, and walk around.
Okay.
Um,
Should
I
I,
can-
should I reach
I'm-
out to you, Dean, first?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
happy to meet you out there if you'd like.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
You can just call the number on the drawing or get the number from,
I think I've got your number somewhere.
like,
Okay, thank you.
okay. All right, okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Appreciate
no
it.
problem.
Thank you. Moving on to 255 West Shore Road for the modification to, or sorry, moving on to 255 West Shore Road, IW 25-52, which is a modification of IW 22-39 for the demolition and rebuild of a house with septic system, retaining wall, and driveway. Is anybody here from that one? I don't think we had any requests coming for that at all. Just went through my. I don't know, I think we can.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everything looks okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be approving this as a modification with the, just the only other condition that all previous, it's still a 5-year permit and all previous conditions apply, including the photo journal and the 5-year planting and maintenance plan that will start in February 2026 instead of, what was it, 23
Mhm.
before on the plan?
Yeah.
So we're just kind of jumping everything up to make it timely and official then.
And the photo journal submitted every.
Whatever the previous condition
Okay.
was, I just wanted to make
So
that
that's pretty
specific.
in there, we don't have
Yeah.
to say that.
Exactly, just that all previous conditions apply. I just wanted to say including
Right.
photo journal and the
Right.
5-year maintenance plan
Okay,
starting next year, because in the previous approval, it was from 2023, so that would make a lot of sense now.
right.
Shall
Yeah, let's do it.
I? Okay,
Thank you.
motion to approve inland wetlands application. Gotta get back here for a minute. IW 22 39, which is a modification of IW 25 52.
Yeah.
Submitted by WSR Warmog LLC at 225 West Shore Road to demolish and rebuild a house with a new septic system, retaining wall and driveway. Per the latest revision date, which is October 14th, 2025.
September 29th.
Got it. September 29th, 2025. This permit is valid for 5 years and is subject to the following conditions. 1, that the land use office be notified at least 48 hours prior to the commencement of work, so the wetlands enforcement officer can inspect and approve the erosion control measures. 2, that the property owner gives the contractor copies of both the motion of approval and approved plans prior to the commencement of work. 3, the approval of this permit is conditioned upon the performance and completion of all proposed activities and or improvements in totality to the satisfaction of the Inland Wetlands Commission. There shall not be any modification of any kind to the plans and or scope sequence of the proposed activities and or improvements shown on the approved plans without prior approval of the Inland Wetlands Commission or its designee. These will include the other conditions listed on the previous application, which includes a regular photo journal and a 5-year planting and maintenance plan starting in February of 2026. In approving this permit application, the commission has considered all of the relevant criteria pursuant to sections 11.02, 11A, and 12.08 of the Inland Wetlands and Watercourses regulations, and finds that the proposed regulated activities as presented on the plans and conditions herein are not reasonably likely to lead to significant adverse impacts on any wetlands and watercourses.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, moving on to 164 West Shore Road.
Hey, good evening, for the record, Paul Samansky. Since the site walk, we made a couple modifications to the plan as noted in the site report. The first was to add a cross section for the boulders that were being placed on the slope to the left of the house as you're looking at the lake standing on West Shore Road. So we added the details showing the boulders to be set halfway into the ground, like we discussed on site. We added the proposed staked hay bales on the down gradient side of the boulders that are being placed at the lake edge. And we added a detail at the bottom of the plan. We added the turbidity curtain shown in the orange thick line with the associated detail at the bottom of the plan towards the right-hand side. And then for the stone wall, the dry laid rebuilt stone wall between the boulders and the existing steps, we added a detail on the central left portion of the plans, just showing restack the stones with mortar and set base stone on soil level shelf with aggregate base. And work to be completed with hand tools only, and no mortar, as we discussed on the dry laid.
Sorry, well, where was the mortar? You had mentioned.
Oh, just no mortar,
Right,
no
okay.
mortar, because
Yep.
at the site walk, I said it would be tri-laid,
Yes.
so we just showed it without mortar. And then we just added a revision date of October 16th, upper right hand corner.
Relocated. I burned them right there.
Oh, it's not a wetlands issue, we'll make sure that the applicant knows the zoning regulations as it relates to bush heights.
Cool.
I think Shelley already noted that on her her minutes, right?
On her,
Executive.
yeah, on her administrative report, she did, yeah, that's. There it is. There's no email copy of this, right, for Larry? No.
I have a hard copy.
Okay, thank you, okay. Yes. Shannon, Christine, how do you feel? I'm feeling good about this,
Yeah,
everything,
everything's, that's good.
even a couple extras, which is always appreciated. Jennifer, you get to do this one, right?
Okay.
But this one's pretty, there's nothing,
That one,
Nice, done.
on the last one and then on the back.
Oh, okay. All right. Motion to approve. Application IW 2553 submitted by Arthur H. Howland for Il Lago LLC. For tree and shrub planting and boulder placement at 164 West Shore Road. Per reference plan PL.1 with a revision date of 10/16/2025. This permit is valid for, was it two years?
Yep.
2 years, and is subject to the following condition. That the land use office be notified at least 48 hours prior to the commencement of work, so the wetlands enforcement officer can inspect and approve the erosion control measures. 2, that the property owner gives the contractor copies of both the motion of approval and approved plans prior to the commencement of work. 3, the approval of this permit is conditioned upon the performance and completion of all proposed activities and or improvements in totality to the satisfaction of the Inland Wetlands Commission. There shall not be any modification of any kind to the plans and or scope sequence of the proposed activities and or improvements shown on the approved plans without prior approval of the Inland Wetlands Commission or its designee. There are no other conditions.
this is gonna be pretty quick, right?
Yeah, I was just in case, we're willing to do this, it's up to you.
You're doing a fall planting, right?
Yeah,
I think that, yeah, that's.
we could do a photo journal if you want, that was the only thing. I didn't know if Shelley mentioned that, but we're willing to, it's up to you guys. We don't care either way.
We're so front and center there.
Yeah, you think it's okay.
We're pretty visible, I mean, you guys can photo
And
journal
it's
us as
done
you
so
look at
much
draft
better
photos.
that they're always, yeah.
Thank you.
In approving this permit application, the commission has considered all of the relevant criteria pursuant to sections 11.02, 11A, and 12.08 of the Inland Wetlands and Watercourses Regulations, and finds that the proposed regulated activities as presented on the plans and conditioned herein are not reasonably likely to lead to significant adverse impacts on any wetlands and watercourses.
Seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thanks so much, everyone, have a great evening.
Thanks, Paul.
Larry, have a good night. Take care of it.
Thanks.
All right, moving on here to new applications for Lake Warmont Country Club at 22 Golf Links Road. IW 25-55 for 2 pervious parking spaces, rain garden and driveway apron within the URA. Anybody here for that
Yes.
one?
Good evening, commissioners. Good evening, everyone. My name is Nicholas Bamonte. I'm an attorney with the law firm of Birch and Moses, and I'm representing the club in this application. Also, obviously, this is just our first initial meeting with you folks, but also appearing tonight in the audience are several of the senior club officers. There's been a lot of consideration and planning into this project, a few different iterations of it. At this point, we and our team of local professionals are pretty excited to bring this forward to the town. Our first step, obviously, is coming before this commission. There's several nearby wetlands that aren't directly impacted by the project, but obviously we're here. So our first step is here, and then if we do receive a favorable outcome, we would proceed to the zoning commission. The project is limited to roughly 2 acres in the southeast corner of the property. This property is 22 Golf Links Road. The club property is actually 2 separate parcels. There's the northern parcel, which is 22, which is the subject of this application. It has a total of 34 acres. And then south of Golf Links Road is the second parcel owned by the club, which also has the golf course on it. That's a 44-acre parcel that is not part of this application. There's no work being proposed there. So we're just on this northern parcel, 22 Golf Links. The property, as I'm sure the commissioners are aware, has long been improved as a social club, has a golf course, clubhouse. There's a maintenance building, a tennis house, and 4 existing tennis courts. Primary access to the property is located off of Golf Links Road. Secondary unpaved access to the tennis courts area, which is the focus of this project, is located off West Shore Road, right off Lake Waramac. So the project it also includes demolition of an existing upgradient maintenance building that I mentioned before, and construction of a larger replacement building in the same location. Those are well outside the upland review area, so we don't believe is really within the scope here, but we did include in our plan set schematics for the maintenance building itself. Really what the focus, we think for this commission, is that the project's been designed and streamlined to impact our property and the surrounding areas as minimally as possible. None of the work is proposed in a wetland. Only about 0.16 acres of upland review area are affected here. That 0.16 acres really amounts to a couple parking spaces, a rain garden, and a paved driveway apron, which is a requirement of DOT since West Shore is a state road. Total new impervious surfaces across the site, including that maintenance building up the hill, is roughly 28,000 square feet. And just to wrap up here, obviously we'll provide a more robust presentation when our full team is here and after the site walk. But we do not believe that extensive erosion control or scour protection measures are necessary here. We're not proposing them here. Runoff would remain outletting overland as it is presently. And the proposed improvements that are outlined in the soil and erosion control plans and the rest of the plan sets sufficiently control and treat off-site flow. It's really an overall minimal impact, we believe, holistically. The project does include a fairly robust native landscaping plan. Like I mentioned, the supporting rain garden. Ultimately, we believe the project will improve the runoff from the site and hopefully better protect the wetlands and the surrounding area. We have not submitted yet, but we are near finalizing a rendering from the head-on driveway view as the public would pass the project area, the West Shore Road access, and what the finished area is going to look like. It's going to be aesthetically pleasing, but also from an impact standpoint, really minimal. And we hope we hope at least to have that ready prior to your site walk, so that that'll help the commissioners envision sort of what's being proposed there. Of course, we welcome any guidance in terms of what you would want flagged and marked out on the site in anticipation of that visit.
Larry, did you have any questions so far? You're gonna pick up your plans this week or something?
I'm gonna pick them up, yep.
Okay.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head, Chris.
Shed's here already. There's a shed that's gonna be,
Demoed, I think. right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know, maybe how big is let's see. You know what I'm saying? How much bigger do we need to visual,
I think the sidewalk will be good.
yeah, but to
Um,
see should they take that out so we can see what that is? I don't know.
Or where it is in relation to. the
Right,
wetlands, exactly
right.
where they are.
Yes, right.
Is this the maintenance shed that's up above the tennis courts?
Yes.
Okay. I'm familiar with the golf course. Okay.
So let's schedule a site walk. We could do. Because our next meeting is on the 12th, is that right? So we could wait a week, I think Bob will be back.
Oh, okay.
There's a span of when he is back.
Okay.
But he's not officially back until the 8th, and then you're gone,
And I'm going.
so.
Try for election day, the 4th of November, that Tuesday. I don't know if anybody's got anything going on.
November 4th.
What time were you thinking? In the afternoon?
Whatever's good for everybody. I know it's gonna be getting darker earlier by then, so probably and this might be a longer site walk, so like 3:30.
Yeah, 3:30.
Larry, is that okay, Tuesday the 4th?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Is that good with you all as well?
That's-
Time to hear, just November 4th.
I mean, that's doable for me. I know,
Yeah,
Mr. Klein is here as well. Jason, you have any input on
Yeah.
timing? I mean, I know our engineer isn't here, but,
yeah. I'm assuming it could be okay. Obviously, I'm Jason, just to say hi. I have the lucky job of being the incoming president of Lake Warmug in a month or so. So, but the fun has already begun. In any case, we will check with our engineers because I think that's going to be the most important kind of person. Dan, who's also on the call, has been as a member of the club and also has been advising the working group. So if you don't mind, there he is. If you don't mind, we will just quickly circle back to everybody tonight and can confirm that. If we needed to start a little earlier than 3:30, do you guys have a little bit of wiggle room that day? Or no? If not, we'll just figure it out.
Yeah, 3:30 is ideal just to get a work day in
Okay.
for me. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So I will formally accept this application and schedule the site walk for Tuesday, November 4th at 3:30 PM.
Great.
thank you
Thanks,
all.
everybody. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on to other business. Do we have other business?
We do not.
Enforcement enforcement report, that's next.
No.
Yep, next one.
Mhm.
Administrative business? Communications? Adjournment.
There we
So
go.
moved.
All right. Second, all right, great.
Pretty good. It wasn't our fastest.
No, we got that speed bump early.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Um,
All right, Larry, I'll leave your packet as I leave tonight, so you can get it whenever you can, right?
Okay, thank you, Tammy. I appreciate it. Sorry,
Um,
I couldn't be there, but
And it is what it is.